from the Redneck Garage. Man, it's bright out here today. I'm going to continue on working on the rear end of this truck, but today I went down to my friend at Bobby's Automotive, and here's a little clip of that. There's Bobby from Bobby's Automotive, Franklin, Tennessee.
What are you doing, Easy Money?
What?
What are you doing?
You're going to be on YouTube.
Why is that?
I'm filming you.
Oh.
Aren't you excited?
I'm so tickled to death.
Heck yeah, this is the place to bring your car if you need it repaired, besides Redneck Garage, who doesn't really do outside work.
There you go.
Just Jeeps kill us. What are you doing today?
Well, looks like we're going to be working on a BMW.
Oh, okay, I'm out.
Yeah, I hear you.
All right, we're gonna go inside. What do you think of this, man? Holy moly. This is an example of what I would say crappy body work. It's a 1950 Deluxe Chevrolet, and you can tell they kind of sanded it down to make it look like rust. And then they gloss clear coated it, which looks like crap. Maybe if they, satin finished it, it'd look a little bit more natural, but you can see some swirl marks in it with the bare metal. So it was kind of like a relic job. I'm not a fan. I think the body style on the car is super cool though. I mean, that's a bad car as far as the looks go. And the wheels are okay, but the paint job on it looks like crap. What's your thoughts? This is an old antique shop, man. Look at this. This originally was the Pontiac dealership in Franklin back in the early 60s. And then they moved down closer to the interstate. But this is what the old shops and dealerships used to look like. It is a time capsule. And Bobby still has his Veer engine analyzer. I think the thing's been on for about 15 years. Super cool. Now Bobby's one of those old guys, right, that can listen to something and go, I think it's that, and I dealt with that before, and it's probably not that. And he's not like one of these new kids that just has a scanner that just scans in and goes, I don't know what it is, and starts changing parts. So when I get stumped, he's the guy I go to. Now, speaking of scanners, I bought the the Autel 708 scanner, and it's about $1,000. I learned that it couldn't do any programming, flash programming, anything like that. So I decided to send it back and get the premium, supreme, super duper scanner. And it should be coming in a couple days, and I'm going to do a review on that. Those run about $2,500, which is a lot of money. I think I can use it in my locksmith business. I actually could charge shops to go in and reflash ECMs and certain modules on cars. So we're going to see how that goes. But I wanted to be able to have the capabilities to flash ECMs, and that's one of the least expensive ones you can buy. So I'm excited about getting that in. Today we're going to be working on the rear end of this thing, trying to get the pinion set up, and I got the never-ending quest to go find the rest of the parts to bolt the drive shaft up and find some shock absorbers that I got in. So that's where I'm headed. Now I'm not trying to get it perfect by any means, because that's what alignment shops are for, but I did want to make sure the axle's centered up underneath here. So if I take my steel ruler, it's coming up right about at the edge of the body. Right about there. Now we'll take a look at the passenger side. Okay, and then when I check it on the passenger side, you can see that we're probably a good inch needing to shift over the other way. So I'm going to move the track bar over about an inch, where this is, we'll probably split the difference, half inch, somewhere around there, where they're pretty close in between, and that'll get us in the ballpark. So roughly there's the driver's side right there, and there's the passenger side, and that's good enough for government work. Now all this is going to get fixed at the alignment shop, but it's much closer to center than it was before. My drive shaft is in the right spot. It's got a little bit of give to it here, and I gotta find, there we go, I gotta find my straps that go over here. I actually bought some new ones. I have no idea where they're at, but that's looking better. That looks good. Where it lines up on the transmission is about right. On the rear, I put all new U-joints in it. I need to grease those, but that looks really good. I can move the drive shaft in and out. So now all I got to do is determine my angle. Then I can set my upper arms where they need to be to keep it at the right angle. That's a little bit low, so I can come up just a hair. Randy's here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to sell him. I'm gonna try to sell him a puppy.
Oh.
He needs one.
Nope.
What?
My cat will eat it up.
Oh no. Shelby.
She's my buddy.
Good girl.
She's always been my buddy.
Till you hit her with the ice bomb.
Oh, we bonded.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, look at the little ones.
Now at 7 weeks they're getting around pretty good and they're playing really hard and wrestling around. They're still trying to nurse a little bit on Mama, but she's growling at them. She's like, no way, you're done. You can see that Shelby just moves away. You can see Shelby moves away when they try to nurse. She's done. She's pushing them away with her head. Man, I tell you, at 7 weeks they are just dolls. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And they're coming when I call them. Come here, babies. Come here, babies. Yes, you are good babies. They are just cute as a butt. They are so cute. Now I got to start digging through all this crap. Maybe in the back of the Jeep too, to find the straps and bolts to hold on the drive shaft. It's somewhere here. Alright, I found my bolts and they are pretty nasty for putting the drive shaft in, so we're going to go ahead and evaporust the crap out of them and they'll come out looking like new. I have faith. Alright, so after sitting in the evaporust for probably 3 or 4 hours, these things came out awesome! I washed them in water and then heated them up in the oven to dry them off for a while, and then I'm going to paint them. I can actually see the thread locker still on them. So that's super cool. That looks great. We'll get these cleaned up, painted, and then tomorrow we'll be ready to put them back on. I can tell that the spring alignment is way, way better than it was before, so that's awesome. That looks great. Alright, I got one of the shocks on the back with the boot and everything. And when you're putting these on, make sure that on the bolts you slather the crap out of it with anti-seize, because I think that's going to help. I don't really have a problem with the rust like they do up north as bad, but we'll make sure it gets good anti-seize on all the bolts on the rear end, just so if you ever have to take it apart or adjust it, it won't be seized up. But that looks really good. Okay, so today was a pretty good day. Got to go see Bobby. Saw a really bad paint job on a 50 Chevrolet. Let's see, got a new scanner ordered, got the track bar adjusted and lined up, got a shock absorber on, and I found a couple parts for the drive shaft, so things are looking up. Going to be installing the drive shaft, getting the upper A-arms put on in the next video, and probably the scanner will be in. We'll take a look at that. Awesome! I'm going to go in, get something to eat. Days are getting longer. And my enthusiasm is getting a little bit bigger. So we're going to get this thing done. I'm David from the Redneck Garage. Keep turning wrenches.